Hi folks, Bob Dale for Total Sales Solutions in Jackson, Mississippi. Those of you who follow our sales know that in the past few years we've sold literally thousands of diesel trucks of all shape, form, and description. Our favorite is the Duramax because they are so hard to find. For every, 30, 40 Fords, you'll find one Duramax. And if we can find a nice one, we buy it. Our customers like them a lot. We're going to try to sell you a really nice truck today, a pretty nice Duramax. It's a 2007 Duramax. It's an LT package with cloth, four-wheel drive, good-looking truck. We're going to show it to you sitting on a good set of matching tires. The 07 has the sought-after engine. It has the most power and all that. That's the engine everyone wants. After 07, they started putting all the emissions on them and all that. But this is a truck I'm going to pick to death. A little ping here, a little ping there. Otherwise, it's got a good stance, a good look, and a good clean truck. Here it is, 2500 HD Duramax 2007. Glass is absolutely perfect because we just put it in. You can see down the side here, good looking truck. A good set of Cooper tires on it.
And they're big 285s, they give it a good stance.
Nerf bars, you can see. I want to show you something here that is really special. Look at these seats. These seats are just perfect. Windows, door locks, tilt cruise, CD player. Now folks, we have to do this every time. I hate to be redundant, but these cameras and everything shadows make these headliners look like they are absolutely just stained up. Well, they're not. That's shadows. This headliner looks good. This is a non-smoker's truck. Has no odors in it. Belonged to a construction company. A supervisor used it. Rode from job site to job site. You can see in here, it's never been a work truck. You can't get all the mud and dirt out if it's ever been on a job site as a work truck. This one hasn't. The back seat you can see is immaculate. Headliner's just like it ought to be.
The carpet's not stained up.
Nice. It does have, it is an LT. You can see, you won't be able to see, I don't even think you can see it. There's a couple little scratches there. It may not show up in the light. And I think that's a little ping, but I can't tell.
It's not.
It looks so good. You can look under here and see it's a Mississippi truck, no rust of any kind. We do black that out, but that's not to hide anything. It's just, you know, to get the dirt off of it. The spare is underneath it, got a bed liner in it. It's four-wheel drive. One little ping here on the bed, some tailgate, somebody backed into it.
And the bed hadn't been cut or anything. You can look under here. It's not scuffed up or beat up.
Beautifully Dan, just like people like these bed liners. You can see back here, look down the side. Not pinged and dinged and all that. Not beat up.
The little green caps mean the tires have nitrogen in them, which tells you how well they maintain their fleet. They put nitrogen in the tires.
That's not cheap.
These are leaves that blew in.
That just shows you how nice it is. They didn't even clean them up. These sides are perfect. They're not beat up. Here's your books. Look at here how clean that is up in the door jambs and all. See your rocker panels here?
No rust.
Not beat up, kicked in and all that. Headliner's nice. You know, we're not selling a show truck here, folks. We're not selling a concourse truck. We're just selling a nice truck that's going to be a real bargain, I can promise you. But 2500 HD.
Got the 6-speed Allison
transmission, Duramax engine, good set of tires, not beat up, four-wheel drive. You know, folks, I tell everybody all the time, if you know, if you've got a work site, if you've got a farm or a work site and you're needing to, here he's trying to.
Is that your daddy?
Yeah, we're trying.
I say all the time, you know, if you've got a work site, or if you got a farm, you're farming, or you've got lawn service and you need a diesel truck, why in God's name would you go pay $60,000, $75,000 for one? I don't understand that, because 5 years from now, that truck that you paid $60,000 or $70,000 for is going to be worth $20,000. 5 years from now, this one, based upon what we sell these older trucks for, if you take care of it, it's going to be probably worth what you gave for it. It's just an I mean, it makes no economic sense to buy anything. Plus, if you're other than a nice, clean, used truck. Plus, if you're hunting or you're fishing or you're pulling your boat, you need to leave one in deer camp or you've got one on the work site. I mean, it doesn't make sense to buy a new truck. It doesn't make sense to pay $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for a truck when your employees are going to be banging anyway. Plus, if you bought a good, nice truck like this, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg for it. You can afford to use it. Anyway, all that said, folks, that's just because I love these trucks. I think they're such bargains. I think they're such value. I really believe in them. We're going to sell it. We'll have a low reserve. My name's Bob Dale. My phone number is 601-218-1223, 601-218-1223. Call me anytime, if early in the morning, late at night, weekends. If I don't answer the phone, I will call you back. If you have a question about this truck, if you want to know what you can buy it for, please give me a call. We'll work that out. We do it on a daily basis. People call us. And we're real easy to deal with. We'll just have you bid, sell it to you through eBay. You have the eBay buyer protection plan, which is a real deal, and all that. I get phone calls all day long from people who say, I was bidding on that truck and it disappeared. And my answer is always, I told you before I told you in the video, if you're interested in the truck, call and let's talk about it. I mean, we're easy to deal with. We'll sell it to you. But it's a pretty nice truck, folks. It's a truck you'll like. It's a 2007 2500 HD Chevrolet. The LT package with cloths, but got all the amenities, sitting on a good set of tires. Bed's not beat up, got a new bed liner in it, has a great ride and drive. The spares under it, just like it ought to be. I mean, this is a nice truck, folks. It's going to be a bargain. So if you need a truck like this and you don't want to have to spend a fortune for one, you need a good, solid using truck to drive daily or work or whatever you want. You ought to look at this truck because that's exactly what it's made for, and it's such a value, folks. Thanks for watching our video. We do appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi.
Hey folks, Dan Dale here. You've been listening to my dad talk about this truck. Now I'm going to take you on the test drive, but before I do, just wanted to show you a couple things under the hood. First of all, you can probably hear that little squeaking. It's just an idler pulley. We're going to replace it before you pick it up, so no worries with that. But I'm going to point out the alternator's been replaced. You can see the coolant jug. It's not gummed up. It's not filled with gunk and funk. Got the extended life antifreeze still in it. Fresh pair of forklift batteries. But the main thing I want to show you is absolutely no blow-by. No water, any kind of residue on the filler cap, and no smoke, which smoke's not a big deal as long as it's not puffing, but there's none of that. But most importantly, you can see I can set this filler cap down on the tube and it doesn't blow off. If it blows off on you, that means you've got worn out piston rings letting engine compression get past them and into the crankcase, and it basically means you got a wore out motor. But not the case with this one. You can see, of course, no lights on, all the gauges work. It's got the automatic dimming rear view mirror with compass dual zone climate control. It's also got the CD player in the back. Not in the back, in the front, I should say. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it does have a CD player. We'll turn the radio up. You have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm driving on some of the worst roads in the city of Jackson and filming with one hand and driving with the other. So the video may look a little shaky, but rest assured, in person, the truck itself has a great ride and drive. It doesn't bounce you around, doesn't do anything weird like that. And the one thing you can take away from it though is that there's no squeaks and rattles in it. You know, it's 243,000 miles, but the truck itself is tight. It's not got a bunch of rattles and bangs and pops and everything else in it. Does have the, like I said, brand new windshield, It's got the 6-speed Allison with the manual shift, so you can put it in the manual shift mode and shift it yourself if you want to, or you can leave it alone and let it shift for itself. It's got automatic headlights. It's got, of course, power windows, locks. It's got skid plates. It's got 373 limited slip differentials. It's got all that good stuff. If you want to fly in and drive this truck home, you can. We'll be glad to pick you up at the airport. We do this all the time. We make it a smooth, simple transaction. You won't have any issues. We pick you up at the airport at no extra charge. So, and we encourage people, fly in and drive at home, because for a lot of you, I know we send most of our trucks up north, so this may be the only time you ever get to come to the south, so we encourage people to do so if they can. But if you'd rather have it shipped, we'll be glad to work with you on shipping, try and get you the best deal possible and point you in the direction of some good shipping companies. And don't be scared off by the first quote you get, because most of the time, if you're not in a hurry and you can wait anywhere from a few days to maybe a few weeks, you can get a lot better deal on shipping. Very simply because you can find somebody that's headed your way that's got an empty spot on their trailer, and they'd rather cut you a deal at below their usual price to get the job than they would to just make the whole trip with a empty spot on their trailer. So just something to be aware of, that if you're looking into shipping, don't be scared off by the first quotes you get, because you can get on places like UShip, which is an eBay company, and they'll have people who are bidding on the chance to haul your truck for you. So something to think about. We'll help you, we'll be glad to help you, show you how that works. When we let go of the wheel here, you can see doesn't pull to the left or right, doesn't vibrate or pull when you hit the brakes, doesn't do anything weird like that. The truck itself has great tires, suspension's tight. Just all in all, a clean, well-maintained truck. And just the fact that it had nitrogen in the tires, that should tell you how well it's been maintained. I set the cruise light came on, it works, and you can see even after driving it, it still does not have any warning lights on, and that's a good sign, because you can clear the codes out, and they may stay off for a little while and then come back on later. So we just want you to see that it will go through a test drive without having any engine lights come on. The dash is in good shape. It's not cracked. It's a lot of these older Silverados, they'll start peeling up, but this one has a few scratches here or there, but it's not peeling up. This air is ice cold, which of course down here, that's pretty much a requirement that a truck have ice cold air conditioning. So if it doesn't, we take care of it. But this one, we didn't have to do anything to it. It was already ice cold, thank goodness. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I mean, like we said, it's belonged to a construction company since new. One of their supervisors had it, and they just used it to travel all over the state and keep up with their crews and what was going on at their different job sites, but hasn't been actually used on the job site, if you understand the difference. It's just been, riding up and down the interstates and all that. So that being said, if you have any questions about the truck, give us a call. Want to make an offer, give us a call. My number is 601-376-9869. Dad's number is 601-218-1223. We appreciate you watching our video and taking the time to hear what we have to say about this truck, and we look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.